Man, what's the word on the curb? What's the latest on the greatest? Bird is the word. Like and subscribe then. I don't care if you ain't never gonna stop. Cause that makes two of us. Where's your moderator when you need him? No, psychedelic, I prefer disrespect. That way I can see everybody's true character. They're all being documented anyway. Might as well show your true character. You think ain't nobody important looking at these comments? They get recorded every time someone goes live. So me personally, I prefer disrespect. Oh, it ain't even got started yet. We just we just looking at each other. No, I stay away from the hood. Oh, you was there this morning for the show, huh? Brother, I wish I could tell you, man. When you step into the YouTube space, just know you stepping into weirdo row. I'm talking about weirdos of every kind, all colors of the rainbow. Yeah, I didn't catch that message. Like I said, I prefer the disrespect. Gives me a chance to be a comedian. Man, Jim Jones. Jim Jones. I wonder what you look like. I could just imagine. Let me find out. No, I don't smoke pot, sir. I leave all the pot smoking to the people that like to poison themselves. I'll drink a beer though. How y'all doing today though, man? I want to talk about a couple things, right? So make sure you like and subscribe, brother. Like the video, subscribe to the content, man. So the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that sometimes people be so jealous of you that they rather burn down your house than to see you live a decent life. You know what I'm saying? People will come onto your live and see you creating great things. It's motherfuckers that'll join a cult just to block you. Niggas will sell their entire soul if it means you'll be stopped. That's how desperate it is out here in these streets, children. That's why you need to stay out of them streets, because people selling their soul just so they got a crew to go against you. I didn't say I love the hate. I say I prefer the disrespect, because everything on YouTube is documented. It's monitored. Whether you get in trouble for it or not, it is being documented. Each and every one of you, including myself. So I don't love the hate. I just prefer the disrespect. Yeah, yeah. Some of these squirrels do end up in the slammer. That's a fact. I done seen it happen. And it ain't that the streets is dead, La Casa, because you can go out in the streets right now and wake them back up. I bet you the young niggas ain't saying the streets is dead. The young people will never say that. Yeah, hey, good idea. Because what you won't tell the police, wifey will. And she's proud to do it too. Happy to do it. Straight witness. Yeah, I stay away from the streets, man. I'm 43, bro. I done ran the streets, seen a lot of shit, done a lot of shit. I survived to tell the tale, been behind the walls many times, lived to tell the tale. I know niggas personally that didn't live to tell the tale, including some of my close partners. They might be watching me in the spirit, but they damn sure ain't watching me in the physical. Oh, bro, B, what it do, man? I recognize you from a mile away. How you doing, brother? We just sipping back. Me personally, I don't drink tea, but I got plenty of coffee. Gotta be there for a reason. Glad you flipping the camera on to tell it. You know what? I really do need to tell some more of my stories, man. Cause I got a couple good ones, man. That some of these individuals would probably take heed to, man. I'm talking about some tragic shit, some goofy shit, some funny shit, some weird, stupid, dumb shit, some good shit too, you know. I had a childhood friend that almost lost his life. This nigga went out of town, right? And I got two stories like this, right? A friend of mine that went out of town, and he got stabbed real bad. I'm talking about 8 or 9 times with an 8-inch blade. Went through multiple surgeries. Was in the hospital for months and made it out alive. It changed his life. And you know the crazy part is he got a little brother my age, and his little brother is a prodigy still to this day. This cat is one of the best artists that you ever gonna see. He's a mechanic. I'm talking about a backyard mechanic. And he knows he's raw, but he don't know he's that raw, right? But someone I grew up with, man, he runs a church now, right? Well, at least last time I checked, he ran a church. You know, he was when he got out the hospital and he healed up, he started going to church. I mean, wouldn't you? A group of guys jumped you and stuck a blade up in your stomach and your ribs, and somehow you survived. When I was in the youth authority, right, back in California, this lady would come as a volunteer and she would talk to all the inmates, right? And she told us a story about her son, how he used to go hang out at a park at night in a heavily gang related area of Orange County, California, right? And he was a light skinned dude like me. But the place where he used to go hang out was all Mexicans, Southsiders, you know. And so one night he was chilling at the park, and the Mexicans showed up, right? Yeah, he was messed up, man. Stanley was he almost didn't make it, man. He was real messed up, lost a lot of blood, all of that. But dude, let me tell you why the streets ain't shit, right? And these two dude's mother's words, right? So they chilling at the park late nights, smoking, drinking, whatever they doing. And these Mexicans came into the park, these Southsiders, right? So they there and they see them over there sitting on the bench. So they go walk over there and they start trouble naturally. So, the cats that was already at the park, they ain't trying to be like no punks or nothing. So they, man, what y'all talking about, man? Like we ain't going nowhere. And so there's a little brawl at the park, right? And the lady's son, he got hands, right? So he boom, 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 really, really giving it to him till one dude pulls out a knife and he stabs him. Her son, he don't even know. Nah, he wasn't out of bounds because he wasn't a gang member. He wasn't out of bounds. So he just lived in that community, right? So he was utilizing everything that the community had to offer, which was stupid in today's world because just because you live in a neighborhood, if you ain't from that neighborhood, then like you might not want to go hang out where the gangs be at because if they come across you, especially if you in a different ethnicities neighborhood, like a black dude hanging out in a barrio, they gonna come see about you. As soon as they spot you, they gonna come see about you, and they don't care if you not from a gang. They just know that you not from their neighborhood, right? So that's what ended up happening, man. He got poked up, and from what she said, he took off running. and he took off running and fell out. Somebody found him, called the paramedics. He made it to the hospital. He passed away, right? That wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was his mom didn't have no money, right? So she did a fundraiser and couldn't get the money to get him a casket. Couldn't raise the money to bury her son, right? So she had no choice but to have a funeral for him. And as a I don't even know how to say it, like as a like gesture of pity, the funeral home made a casket for her son out of a cardboard box, right? And I'm talking about when they put the body in the box, it was all crooked and lopsided and it didn't even look right, right? But she showed us the pictures, put on the video, right? Her son is in the casket, right? And I'm talking about man, this shit was so sad, man. I mean, it was a literal cardboard box, bro. And everything else was normal. A couple people showed up and and they had to carry him out in a cardboard box, and so, it kind of is the reason why you know, it ain't even that the streets ain't safe. It's just that if you ain't got the money to be in the streets, that's another way to understand that you shouldn't be out there, man, because man, I seen that when I was 16 and I'm sitting up here looking at that like, man, her son was in a cardboard box, bro, with no top, with a little cheap Walmart dress shirt on and a tie, looking uncomfortable and stiff. And only about 5 people was at the service, right? So I just look at that and I just think to myself like, man, you can't be fucking around regardless, right? Because that could have happened to anybody, right? Could have happened to me, could have happened to my boy Stanley. And you know but it's crazy though how some of these individuals, if they were to hear this story, they would still say it's lame as fuck, right? They would still say that because they got an obligation, man, to they got an obligation, I guess, to the streets. I don't know, to the lifestyle, to the idea that one day you gonna become somebody. And some of them are, right? Some of them are, and man, all I can say is shit. The cemetery is full of somebodies. Everybody, there's a lot of somebodies at the cemetery, man. And so, but I just wanted to share that because I really, I was just thinking about it like, man, imagine your people showing up to your funeral and they poor, and you lost your life over some shit that you had nothing to do with. You was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and really they only got him because of his skin color, right? It wasn't even about, because if he was a Mexican dude, he probably would have survived, right? But they stabbed him because he was a black dude. And but just imagine, man, your people having to show up to your funeral and you laid out in some cardboard, and you can't even move the body like you supposed to because it'll bust the cardboard open and you'll go falling out the damn casket. You know, I remember when my father died, bro. I went to his funeral and shit, man. And there was a big ass fight at the funeral because one of my uncles had a half pint of XO, and he opened the lid of the casket, right, and was like, took a took a swig of the XO and then poured the rest into the casket. And man, that shit started a big ass fight, man. Right? My pops had a casket though, but even to this day, I don't think it was his casket because it had a little name plate right at the top by the lid that said my pop's name and shit. And I always thought that was weird because I had never seen that before. So it's like I guess that's what they do with rented caskets, or you know. But anyway, it started a big ass fight, right? And it was a trip too, because let me see, that was in 1994. We pulled up to the cemetery in a white '79 Cadillac, um, Coupe de Ville stretch limousine on Trues and Vogues. But the reason we went in that Cadillac, cause that was my pop's favorite car, man, and he had passed away in an '86 Slantback Seville, and I learned how to drive in an '84 Fleetwood Brougham on Trues and Vogues, right? That's the car I learned how to drive in. So when we pulled up to the cemetery in the white stretch limousine, old school, right? It was an old school lack, man. And then I got my ass whooped because on our way to the cemetery, we stopped at the liquor store. And I went inside and I got me some orange juice, right? And I had this really nice blue and gray plaid shirt on that I was gonna wear, right? I had on some gray dicky khakis with some dress shoes. Shit, I even had the belt from the '90s. You remember the belts that were like, you pull them tight and it's you go to the swap meet and you get the little belt buckle with the letter on it. I had one of those, man. I had the T for my name. And I'm in the back of the limo drinking my orange juice because I had dry mouth because I was kind of nervous about seeing my dad get buried, right? And man, I ended up spilling the orange juice on my new shirt. Man, I had just bought the shirt the day before. So I got all slapped up by my mom and shit. So I had to attend the funeral in my tank top. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm finna go get the picture and show you right now. Hold on. Man, check it out. I ain't bust these pictures out in years, man. But look, that's me next to my mom right there, bro. I was about 12 and a half in this picture. Man, I'm at the funeral in a tank top because I spilled juice on my dress shirt. But you know what? So so they ended up taking my father's casket, right? Yeah, what's going on, Mad Max? They ended up taking his casket, right? And I guess they resold it. But this is a picture of my whole family. This all my folks right here. You know what I'm saying? This is a picture of my folks, man. If you look, I'm way in the back. You know how people get down. That's me right there. Right? This was at a family reunion in LA. Actually, this wasn't LA. This was in Orange County. Now I'm gonna show you a picture of my pops. Show you a picture of pops real quick. My pops was a G from back in the day, man. But they did him dirty. They definitely did him dirty. Look, that's moms and pops right there. Getting money in the 70s, right? But now, I'm gonna show you a picture of the Cadillac that I learned how to drive in. I made it through a lot, bro. I made it through a lot. They tried to do me like they did my pops, though. They try to, they try to do me dirty, man. But this car right here, this the caddy I learned to drive in right here. That's my sister he holding, but that's the car I learned how to drive. And that's the very first car I ever drove in my life, right there, right. This a photo of him not too long before he passed, right? Who you know that had a cell phone in the 80s? You know what I'm saying? I know nobody probably care about these pictures, right? Don't nobody care, right? That was the car I learned how to drive right there. My daddy was a baller. He had a lot of money, man. But that don't mean nothing, right? Cause he gone now. And when he passed away, that's when the family turned shady. You know, they couldn't wait to get all his possessions, and they ain't give us nothing. And you know what? They still up to the same type of. They still on the same energy to this day. But anyway, forget about all that. So so they took my pop's casket, right? And they put him in the hole without a casket, right? And there's this old lady that used to visit the cemetery where he was buried at. And and so when she went to visit her late husband, right? She noticed that her late husband's headstone had been moved from where it had been for years and years and years. Now this was an oversight on the cemetery's behalf because I guess they thought that the headstone was so old that nobody was visiting that headstone anymore. When in fact, this old lady, probably in her 80s, would still drive up to the cemetery to visit her husband, right? And she reported it. You know, first she went and asked the cemetery, like, why is my husband's headstone moved? And she had a little bit of money too. So you know what she did? She got a big ass investigation started at that cemetery. She had her husband's body exhumed, right? He wasn't even in the hole at all. But what they did find was four corpses stacked on top of each other, all without caskets, right? So that triggered this big ass investigation, right? So they dug up my father's grave. He wasn't in the hole. Some people, to this day, I don't know who was in the hole, but it wasn't my pops, right? So that even, now it was just like this gigantic investigation, right? So, if you're familiar with a cemetery, right? Usually in the back or on the side of the cemetery, there's like a maintenance shack where they got like the tractor, where they 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 hold extra crypts, like the cement casket that you put regular caskets in, the big heavy one. So back there's a big ass dirt mound, right? Big ass dirt from extra dirt that they be using, right? The feds show up. They start digging through the dirt. Man, they finding baby bones. They finding they finding just all kinds of bones of multiple different people. And so long story short, all in all, right, when everything was said and done, they shut the cemetery down. They charged the owners, and there is a $3 million lawsuit started, right? And supposedly it was all these families that was involved in the lawsuit. So by the time the settlement came, you know, we was left out of all of this shit. We had to find out the details through the local newspaper, right? Because his family wasn't they wasn't telling us none of this shit. They would give us bits and pieces, but they wouldn't give us the whole story, right? You know, all I know is like when my pops passed away, like us as his children, we it's like it. Not that I was expecting anything, but like it was, oh well, he didn't have nothing, right? So so it was so many families included in the lawsuit that supposedly he the family didn't get anything, right? They didn't get nothing. So you know years passed, and you know um now I'm gonna present you with another picture, right? Then I'll talk about it. So I got a half brother that's in the federal pen right now, right? Hey, what's going on, Jay Bake? I got a half brother that I don't know very well, but I know of him, right? And he is the son of my father, but he got a different mother, right? And now I know his mom. Well, at least I knew her back in the day. My pops would pull up to see us, and he would have my half brother's mom with him, right? So I met his mom, but I never met him. And he ended up catching a crazy case, man. You know, he ended up catching a real crazy case, man. Like some shit you wouldn't even believe if I told you the story, right? You would be like, what? And I'd be like, yep, that really happened. So this cat right here, that's my half brother, right? He's in the federal penitentiary right now with 25 to life. So he may or may not go home. I'm gonna show the picture one more time. This is my half brother right here. This nigga right here. He got a white mother as well. And so let me tell you about my half brother real quick, right? My half brother thinks he's smart, right? He thinks he's real intelligent, which in a sense he is. But he's just another like the other one of them niggas who uses his intelligence for all the wrong things and all the wrong reasons, right? So he like to call himself a hacker. This nigga used to call YouTube and CNN the headquarters, right? The main offices, right? And he used to issue like threats, like serious threats. You know what I'm saying? Bomb threats, just threats of violence of whatever kind, you know what I mean? And at any rate, one day, one of his little buddies of his was playing a video game. Now I didn't talked about this shit in the past, but we gonna run back over it real quick. Um, he he got a friend that was playing Call of Duty, right? And while they was playing Call of Duty, it was like, I don't know anyone who plays Call of Duty. I guess somehow you can make bets for real money on this video game, right? And dude lost the bet. His friend, my half brother's friend, lost the bet, but it was like some drama behind it, right? Like dude cheated or he did something, right? But whatever he did, it made dude mad and he felt cheated out of his money. So who does he call? He calls my half brother because my half brother he plays a lot of Call of Duty and he's got like a lot of little gamer friends and shit, right? And he likes to brag about knowing how to hack to whatever capacity, right? He likes to brag about his abilities, which um once again I didn't told this story before, but I didn't really get into a lot of detail about it. I kind of just went over the main parts of it. And anyway, so Half Bros says, "Yeah, I can figure out where he lives. I can figure out what his name is. I can figure out all of that. Just give me a day or two and I'll have an address for you, right?" So that's what he does. He sets out on his little mission, his little quest to find out who this little dude on Call of Duty is. And he ends up getting the IP address, getting the full name, getting the home address, and all this shit, right? So the dude ends up being in Kansas somewhere, right? Well, at least that was his last known address, right? And so my half brother passes the information to his little gamer friend, and he's like, "What do you want to do about this dude?" So that leads me to my next part. So my half brother, his gaming tag was SWATistic, right? In other words, he likes to find out your information and then call the police on you and have the SWAT team show up at your house. That shit YouTubers was doing to each other for a minute, right? They got that shit from my half brother. And so he goes ahead and he calls the SWAT team on this person that he found at this address, right? Thinking that it was the same person that cheated on the video game. But the cold part about it was it wasn't the same person. It was a totally different individual. The dude that they were looking for had already moved out of that house a long time ago. So when they found all the information on the house and the person that lived there wasn't the same person that used to live there. As a matter of fact, he had been moved out of that house for many years. He just had never updated his, you know, profile information, I guess, right? So my half brother calls the police on this dude, right? And he says some way out shit to the police department in Kansas. Now, mind you, he lives in Los Angeles when he makes this phone call. But what he did was when he made the call to the SWAT team or to the police department out there in Kansas, he did some old weird hide your IP address type shit, you know what I'm saying? Where he thought he rerouted it to all these different ways that he couldn't be traced, is what he thought. Which, if you ain't trying to dig deep into what he did, then yeah, he was kind of covered for on some low key shit, but not really. If the feds tapped into you, then you ain't covered anymore. You only covered if someone like me or you was trying to find out who made the call. We wouldn't be able to find it out. We would hit a dead end. But when the feds looked into it, they found out who it was immediately. So at any rate, man, he went ahead and he called the police and told the police out there in Kansas that the dude that's living in that house, he acted like he was dude, and he said, you know, I didn't unalive my family. I didn't unalive my sister. I didn't unalive my dad and my mom. And you guys need to hurry up because I'm about to unalive my little brother next. So naturally, you know, the police sent the SWAT team. Not only did they send the SWAT team, but they sent like an emergency response type of situation where possible multiple casualties, just all this bullshit that wasn't even true, right? And and so um the police came to the dude's house. I'm talking about they came deep. And the man that lived in the house came outside because he didn't know the police were there for him, right? He didn't know. He didn't know what the fuck was going on. So he comes outside, right? And the police telling him to put his hands up. Still not knowing that they there for him, though. You know, that's the crazy part. Still not knowing. So they get there and the dude don't put his hands up. And I guess he made a gesture that a look to the police like he was reaching for something. And so the cops killed the guy, shot him up with an AR. Pow, 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 pow. Killed him, smoked him right in front of his whole family for no reason at all. Of course, there was a reason, but the reason was false, right? And and at any rate, they charged my half brother with that whole incident, man, and gave him 25 years for that incident. And because it was such a big, you know, it made national news, right? He was getting interviewed by major platforms like CNN, like Dateline, 60 Minutes. And, you know, the whole reason that I'm even bringing this shit up is because when I say that these news platforms be lying, which we already know they be lying, but they absolutely be lying because they even brought up my pops, which is the reason why he was the way he was, right? But that was some bullshit because my pops passed in a car accident, right? And the interview said that he was a victim of a murder. He got unalive from a shot to his head, but that wasn't true. That was just to make the story more compelling and dramatic, right? So I wanted to reach out to my half brother and ask him why the fuck they said that, because that ain't true. But I'm thinking maybe that's what they told him. So at any rate, he goes on to get sentenced to 25 years in the federal penitentiary for it. And he took a deal, so he can't get out even if he wanted to, because they was trying to give him life, but he took a deal. You know, you take a deal, whatever time they give you, there ain't no appealing that. You gotta walk that time down. So, you know, he took the deal, and so he gonna be there. He gonna be there. And what's 85% of 25 years? That's a long ass time, is what that is. So you know, that's some shit he brought on himself. But I'm sure he didn't mean for all of that shit to happen. But like, if you swatting somebody and you calling the police and saying all this bullshit about harming your family, like, what do you expect could happen to somebody that's an innocent victim of some bullshit like that? You know, and but like I said, the whole reason I even brought it up was for the simple fact that they, in the interview, said some falsehood about my father, allegedly, that is a quite different story than what we was told. Because when my pops died, I got the phone call within the hour of his passing, right? My half brother was a little baby when that shit happened, so he didn't even know. His consciousness hadn't even reached the point to where he was able to know what had happened. But I was already mature enough to where I got the call shortly after he passed away. And I just wanted to bring that up because that was another thing that happened about surrounding my dad that is just like been having me confused for years. Because first, the manner of the way he passed away was more than one story, right? So now I don't know if he was really in an accident or if he got shot. I don't know. The funeral home took the casket and put his body in a different hole, and we ain't never found him. At least that's what my folks told me. So allegedly, right? And then when he was at the hospital, the doctors told the family that his lungs was crushed, both of his legs had got amputated, so he wouldn't survive no matter how long he stayed on life support, because his lungs was crushed and he was brain dead, right? So the family was like, "Nah, don't pull the plug." Now this is all alleged, man. This is what I was told back when the shit happened, right? It's all alleged. So the doctors went and they pulled the plug anyway, right? Without the family's consent. They was like, "All right, well, he ain't gonna make it." And I believe it was a little bit of racism involved, because it's always a little razzle dazzle of racism involved, right? What's going on, Jay Biggs? And so that was another part of the lawsuit, was the fact that the hospital pulled the plug without the family's consent. The damn cemetery took the casket and just did all this illegal criminal shit without the family's consent. Then my half brother go goes and does some bullshit that makes national news and ends up on all these platforms getting interviewed by all these motherfucking, I don't even know who these people are, right? Talking about my father, and the story ain't even what I was told when I was a youngster. And so it's like, man, it really had me upset and mad, because I was like, this is the world we live in, where people just be lying and lying and lying and lying and lying and lying. And I know why. There's only one group of people that lies that much. It's only one group of people, man, and they lie about everything. So I'll leave that group to your imagination, man. The group of people that love cameras, that'll lie about anything. And it's a whole bunch of people connected to them. all the way down to the common citizen. You know, these motherfuckers got crisis actors. These motherfuckers got stunt doubles and clones. Shit, these motherfuckers even got reptilians working for them. It's what it seemed like. But anyway, they sat up there and said that my father's passing was due to a homicide, and in fact, it wasn't. I was told that it was from a car accident, right? So I just wanted to show these pictures, man, because I even got one at the day of the funeral. And every time I think about it, it doesn't make me sad. What it does is it makes me mad. It pisses me off because I never even got no detailed information from my dad's side of the family. It's like been hush hush for years, right? Like it's always been hush hush. And you ask a question about it, you'll get a half ass answer, and then motherfuckers will change the subject real quick and talk about something else. So I just stopped asking. I didn't give a fuck about what happened to all his property. Like, like, how come we didn't receive anything from my pops? Like nothing. It's a touchy subject, man, and it's some cold business, but it's all right. That shit was a long time ago, and since then till now, I don't even mess with that side of the family no more because, like, they on some shit that I'm not on, and the shit that I've been going through with these last couple years, quite possibly, is because of them. Anyway, because they like to really do foul shit to each other, you know. So I don't know, man, but all I could do is stay prayed up and stay minding my business and stay worried about my own affairs and, you know, let people live their little false lives behind their masks and shit. And I guess everyone will be happy, you know what I'm saying? Everyone will be happy with that, but it's always more to the story though. It's always a little bit more to the story, man. Don't be sorry to hear the story, man. That shit is old, ancient news to me, man. I was just talking to an individual that it appears to me like he ain't even in the room anymore. He didn't bounced out, but like since I had started talking about it, I might as well finish talking about it, you know. And that story is quite interesting if you really sat down and heard it again in detail. It's really fascinating, man. It was fascinating enough for the whole country to talk about it. Like, you know, we kind of got thrown into the limelight for 15 minutes, you know what I'm saying? As a family member of a infamous half brother doing some bullshit, and then all his secrets came out. The fact that he was acting like he was mentally unstable, the fact that he had been doing weird shit like that long before the shooting took place, and the innocent man lost his life. Um, he had been on that path for something tragic to happen. You know what I'm saying? And all the media wanted to do was make it famous. They just wanted to. I don't know why you would want to interview someone for some shit like that, but that's what they wanted. They wanted to talk to him because in this country here we look at like people that do bullshit as like some type of fascinating subject to talk about. These secret squirrels are strange, man. They're interested in the wildest things, right? But like there's a reason you don't really hear about the good stories unless the father was in the military and he got a wife and a kid and did it. They're either one or the other, but they're not very flexible when it comes to, the shit that's really going on around this country, man. It's always politically charged. And, you know, even if my pops didn't live the best life, he didn't deserve what he got after his passing, and he damn sure he didn't deserve for a damn media outlet to report even if it was in one sentence of one paragraph, a false reason just to boost ratings, right? That's messed up. But like I said, throughout the whole ordeal, my family, they didn't get nothing, you know, including no type of real closure. We just wasn't put in the loop about anything, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, it's all past history. Half Bros is doing 25 years, so he's got plenty of time to think about, you know, the shit that he's done in his life. And, he's got, I guess, a little small support system, you know what I'm saying? He still reaches out to my sister, and she talks to him to give him the latest on the greatest. And as a matter of fact, he needed to send his property back to a loved one, and I guess none of his loved ones was messing with him because he sent all his property to my sister's house, which I asked her why. Like, why'd you send everything? Why'd you let him send everything to your house? Because doesn't he have a family? Where's his mother? He's got a sister. How come he didn't send his shit to his own sister, right? He's our half brother. We got different moms. So, like I said, last time I heard what he was doing, he was sitting in the penitentiary gambling and acting like he was trying to run store. And I started laughing because, I've been incarcerated. And I'm like, oh, he trying to run a store, huh? Yeah, I highly doubt that. You're gonna get yourself hurt trying to do that, because if 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 the biggest dude on the unit decides not to pay you back, what you gonna do about it? You gonna go handle your business on him? Hell no, you gonna take that loss. And once you take that loss, you're gonna keep taking losses until you realize that running the store is not something that you, sir, are gonna be able to do. But that's the last I heard, what he was, trying to hustle and all of that. But I'm like, hey man, this cat is crazy, man. And I never even met him in person, to be honest with you. Never even met him. So I'm just like, hey man, he's still my half brother. I still definitely would have liked to meet him and get to know him and shit and be able to say I love him and really mean it. But as of right now, shit, I ain't interested, man. One thing I ain't never gonna do is become a burden or get a burden put on me from a person that I ain't never met, and we ain't got no relationship any damn way. And then you went ahead and did some dumb shit, not even for yourself, neither. You did it for someone else. Like, my thing is this, man. If you got a friend and they want to sit up here and ask you to do something that will potentially get you locked up, then how is that your friend? If I got a homeboy or anything, I understand if I'm running the street and we in a criminal enterprise, and that's the kind of stuff we doing, then that's one thing, right? But like, if you not running the streets and you're not a part of that life, and you got friends that are claiming acting like they good people, and they still trying to use you to get shit done that can get you in trouble, then how you calling them people your friends, man? Like, because if it wasn't for his so-called friend, he would have never did that shit. Or maybe he would have. He would have just did it for someone else. I don't know, but like, you know, they changed the law because of him. Dawson, how you doing today? How are you doing today? So, you know, let me go back to my notes, man. I made another quote too. I said, sometimes you are on your own because God wants to make you stronger than your group of adversaries, man. I thought that was a good one. I got a lot of little quotes and notes right here, man. But hey, man, if you like my channel, man, hit the like button, man. And if you really like it, man, subscribe to the channel, man, and you can join my live anytime I go live. A lot of these people like Jay Biggs, Dawson Digavani, how you doing today? And then even if I scroll up a little bit, Jay Bake was in the house today. You know, it's a couple people. They say they mess with me, man, and I kind of am inclined to believe them because they hear a lot. But with YouTube, it's really hard to tell with some of these people, man. Some of these people, man, they real slick, man. They'll make you think they rock with you, man, when in fact they rocking against you without your knowledge. So you got to be careful, man, with everybody, man, and you can't get too involved with people because you just don't know, man. You just simply don't know, especially an individual like myself, where multiple people target me all at one time. So, I've always got to pay attention to anybody who's trying to be too nice to me because it's always a potential enemy, no matter how you slice the cake, no matter how you slice it. How you doing, Ball Striker, man? It's good to see you in the house, man. Good to see you, man. It's Sunday afternoon, 4:30 to be exact, Eastern Standard Time, man. 64 minutes into the chat, and I'm actually enjoying myself, man. I was telling a story about my family, and you know, um, but at the same time, like all these signs and synchronicities, they be hitting me at once, right? I can't never just talk. And somebody told me that you know, the old society ain't never gonna leave me alone. They just simply ain't gonna do it, right? They gonna gas on me for the rest of my life. And I'm like, okay, well, that wasn't even a secret. That was something I knew before you even let it come out your mouth. I'm just that kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just that kind of guy. Robert, how are you doing today, man? Yeah, I'm just that kind of guy, man. I wouldn't expect not to have spectators, man. You know, they try to run like roaches at certain moments, man. But it's kind of like, you ever seen ants on the Discovery Channel or like the nature channels where they show you how ants can only function based on the ant in front of them leaving a scent for them to follow, right? But if that ant mess around and get lost and he is leaving his scent and he gets caught into the death circle, then the entire colony is gonna follow that same death circle, and they gonna march in a circle because they all follow each other, no matter what. There is no deviating until they exhaust themselves and they drop. So that's what I experienced with these people. They got ant-like behavior, right? They act exactly like ants, which is which is terrible. It's a terrible development, if you ask me, because I always thought that human beings were supposed to be apex predators, the top of the food chain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. That those pheromones are what lead the ants. Their lives depend on it. And if the leader ain't leading, he'll kill the whole colony. Not intentionally, but like sometimes the leader gets lost. It's one hot day. Going to do grocery shopping today and drop the kids off at school first. Hey man, that sounds like a master plan, man. You know, um, our day don't get started till tomorrow. It's Sunday afternoon, man. If uh if I was on the West Coast, I'd have probably went to the park for a few hours today. You know, when it's a nice day outside and the sun is out, I like to get my walk on, man. I like to go somewhere where there's trees and grass and flowers and rock beds and, place like that. Business OG says, I don't need a Miss Leader. I am a West Coast boss. Hey, well, you know what, OG, there ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a boss within my own right, too, because I don't follow behind nobody. Not my big homies, not my little homies, not my same size homies, man. And I don't want nobody following behind me neither. But that's just a want. But the cold, harsh truth is, I got a whole bunch of motherfuckers following behind me with ill intentions. It ain't never good. You see someone behind me, you better cock your shit, because it's some bullshit in the game. You see someone behind me. You know, I got the Squirrel Society so interested in my life, man. They've been they've been harassing and fucking with me for as long. Hey, check this out, man. So I live here in Detroit, right? It's this dude out here that works at the local grocery store, and he got this car that's always parked out in the parking lot, and on one of his fenders, right, somebody took a Sharpie and wrote a message on the fender, and the fender says, "We are only here to target and harass you, so have a nice day." And I seen it one day when I was going into the store, and I never even asked him about it. Cause dude is cool. I be speaking to him and shit. Not recently, cause I moved from that area, but when I did live down there, I used to talk to him and shit. Real good dude, you know. So when I seen the message on his fender, I was kind of thrown off by it. Like, why would someone write that? Or why did he write that? Or why would he drive around with that message on his car? But it's kind of like, you know what they say, right? They say when shit is happening to you and you can't figure it out, they say the writing is always on the wall, right? In this case, it was on the fender, but it's like the writing usually is on the wall. Because one thing about these Masons, they got to tell you the truth. They just like to get real creative with it. But they gonna tell you the truth in one way or another because they try to circumvent their karma. And it's a crazy way of thinking, but it's like saying, "Hey, I'm gonna unalive you, man, but I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna do it. So when I unalive you, I don't have to get the residual karma because hey, I told you I was gonna do it. You knew it was coming." I've been looking for help, but honestly, bro, I've been looking for help against people like you, man. I've been trying to build a little team of real steppers, man. Yeah. We probably talking about different kind of help. You talking about some other shit that you need. And you trying to reverse project like I need that shit. I don't need no help. What I need help with? I need help with people like you that run your mouth too much. And you know what? You might be a female. I don't know what you are, but whatever you are, you damn sure ain't a friend of mine. You ain't a supporter. You ain't nothing. So I don't understand why you spend so much time in my chats if all you got to say is some fuck shit. That's every time I see your name, there's some fuck shit attached to it, man. Did you know that about yourself? Every time I see your name, is some fuck shit attached to your name. Did you know that about yourself? Do you care that there's fuck shit always attached to your name? Does that matter to you? Are you even man enough and bold enough to acknowledge that it's always some fuck shit attached to your name? All right, brother. Hey, you take it easy, OG, man. If you want, man, subscribe, man. Catch me any live, man. I'm always on a different level, man. I don't never be on the same level, but I do touch some of the same topics and shit from time to time. But hey, man, I'm here. I was here from the first video, man. I keep saying I'm gonna stop going live because I'm tired of these bullshit ass people coming in and trying to piss on my day. Getting kind of tired of it. But at the same time, ballers gon' ball. Haters gon' hate. Lovers gon' love. Skaters gon' skate. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. No, I ain't hungry, man. I just ate the best tuna fish sandwich you ever tasted in your life, and you ain't gonna taste it. But just know, it was the best tasting tuna fish sandwich I had in a long time. I ain't hungry. Got plenty of food to eat. Nah, I don't let them get to me, man. I just wanted this one particular individual to know that why is it always bullshit attached to their name? Why is it always bullshit attached to you, sir? That's a bad look. I don't care what you got going on. I don't care who you think you are. You ain't nobody if you always got some bullshit attached to your name, sir. You should really think about that. And it ain't got nothing to do with me. It should have everything to do with you. Like, damn, this dude is right, man. Every time I open my motherfucking mouth, it's some bullshit attached to my name, especially when you leaving a comment in someone else's live. And all you can do is attach some bullshit to your name over and over and over and over and over. And you call me the schizo and you call me these words, but it is very clear to all 14 people in this chat that your name, right next to your name, is always some bullshit, bro. Not just you, though. You're like one of many. But since you want to be highlighted today, then that's what we're going to do. We're going to highlight you, man. Right? Because you always got some bullshit to say. You know? You always got some bullshit to say, bro. Always. Man, I'm talking about this, talking about that, talking about whatever I feel I need to be talking about, man. And now he trying to change the what you so you trying to change the tone now? You must be feeling a little self-conscious about yourself, man. I must have struck a nerve. I must have made you realize something. I sure hope I did. Cause all you gotta do, man, is kill the bullshit, bro. Kill the dumb shit. Kill the dumb shit. Oh, now he struck the nerve. Okay, we both struck a nerve. You feel me? I know the I know the Masons be chasing. The Mason be chasing. They send out the goons, the little toilet paper goons. Come on, man. I'm trying to tell a story here, man. I'm trying to tell a story here. I'm done telling the story now, though. And now here comes LK out of left field. Of course he comes out of left field. Of course he does. And they ain't never talking about nothing for real. They ain't never talk about nothing for real. Y'all ain't never talk about nothing for real. Nothing for real. You motherfuckers acting like you took the pill. You got the shot. You still fake for real. The Sonics run this system, and it's not the end game. Absolutely, man. Their time is running thin. They time is running thin, man. I keep telling these cats, man, when the devil's done using you, he gonna get rid of you. I hope you know that, right? Satan ain't loyal to nobody, not even his own thoughts. But it's funny how the matrix goes, man. Everybody's loyal to some unloyal shit. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But I ain't a part of the matrix, so I ain't really got no room to talk, man. I just be on the sidelines observing. I ain't been with no chicks, man. I ain't been with no chicks, man. They been with me. They been with me, man. You know. I'll tell you this though, every chick that ever was graced by my love and I fucked them and left them, just know they live in regret for the rest of their life. They truly live in regret. And that you know what? I regret shit, but it ain't one of them. I ain't even gonna block you, man. I ain't even gonna block you, bro. I don't want to block. Like I was blocking people earlier, but it's like I don't be caring about blocking people, man. Because at the end of the day, man, everything that comes out of your mouth is some bullshit, right? And ain't nobody really listening to you, but the other cats that are exactly like you. That's the only people that pay attention to individuals like yourself, homie. Is the people that have the same type of employment, right? The people that got bullshit attached to their names. And believe me, there's a lot of people out here with bullshit attached to their name, you know. Because I'm going to tell you now, when somebody says my name, I don't want them to say, oh man, he's a troll, man. Don't take him serious. I don't want nobody saying that about me. If they want to call me crazy and manic and all this bull, go ahead. But please, bro, don't call me a troll. Whatever you do, I ain't got no bullshit attached to my name. The only bullshit attached to my name is you, homie. Is you. You nerd. You heard? You nerd. You heard? But yeah, YouTube is a special place, man. It's like Disneyland, to be honest, man. You know. But I do go into other people's lives when I'm not doing anything with my day. And what I came to find is a lot of these cats, if I was to end my live right now, this cat would go to someone else's live and continue with the same derogatory comments to another person. And here's the pattern though, right? The pattern is the cats that y'all troll are always similar in character as me. They always got similar characteristics, man. Young dudes, impressionable, um, you know, got a little bit of swagger about themselves, um, you know, gaining a little bit of traction in the YouTube space, and then these dudes pop up. It's like you guys hate handsome cats. That's what I think your problem really is you don't like seeing a handsome person because you weren't born with that. You know what I'm saying? You weren't born with that. You can't rock the ponytail like me. So you hate it. You hate it so much that you will spend your whole if I stay on this live for 10 hours, you'll sit here and let this bullshit attached to your name keep spewing for 10 hours. You and all your little homies. And I would hardly call these cats homies. These cats, y'all come rolling up in the roach coach. You feel me? The hate gang. In California they got a AAOG. Let me see. Let me test your brain, business OG. With a name like that, I'm assuming you've been a part of the streets, man. I don't know if it was in California, but let me ask you a question, man. Have you ever heard of the hate gang? Right? Have you ever heard? It's a specific gang that call themselves the hate gang. It ain't these clowns, but like it's a real gang that. Oh, so. Do you know who the hate gang is? You probably do, man. If you real California, I know you know who is the hate gang. But see, this some shit we was talking about back in the early '90s and shit, 2000s, early 2000s. Um, um, no, no, not the special needs yard. No, man, I'm talking about Watergate, man, 11-9 and Daisy Block in Santa Ana. They call themselves the hate gang. What you mean I'm not like that, man? Cats is always jumping on here saying what I'm not like, bro. And you know what's crazy about it? A lot of you cats got my file, and you know I'm really like that, and I've been like that, man. But that's you gonna always say the opposite of what it really is, man. You know, like, bro, you think we just out here not figuring out your game plan? Like, you learn what you learn about a motherfucker, and then you say the opposite, man. Never been to a SNY yard, homie, sir. Never been to an SNY. As a matter of fact, I ain't never been to a yard in California before. Never. I did all my time. And yes, I did do time. It's no secret there. I did all my time on the main line in Nevada. So what are you talking about, man? What are you who are you telling that to? Are you telling that to me, or are you telling this shit to the peanut gallery, man? I'm really trying to figure this out. Like, who are you talking to, man? Who are you talking to, man? Cause I'm from California, chump, born and raised. Chump, chump change. Sit down before I make more change. Chump change. I'm gonna turn 50 cents into 5 dimes, right? You always gotta say the opposite, man. I did all my time on GP anywhere I ever been, and people know me. Yeah, it sounds good. It sounds good. Your flawed logic, though, people know me, man. People know me, man. I was the tattoo man on my pod. I was the tattoo. I was doing tattoos for the homies. Yeah. I was doing push-ups and burpees with the homies. I was making cards for people's families. You know what I'm saying? SNY? No, sir. Never needed a SNY yard. Fuck I need that for? Don't let these people lie to you now. I know what SNY is. No, nah. Y'all trying to put that jacket on every damn body. Oh, he was on the SNY yard. Okay, man. Hey, I'm not even here to dispute it, man. I will tell you one time, though. I will definitely tell you one time. I was a mainliner, general population, my entire time I ever been there. Anywhere. It don't matter where I was at. If I would have been in California, it'd have been on the main line. Bitch, you the SNY around all them child molesters and snitches and niggas married to punks and shit. That's where you would have been. And you know why? Cause it's always some bullshit attached to your name. you know. And now look at what they saying, bro. They not even making sense. That's like these dudes are keyboard warriors. Okay, we know that. SNY yard single mother. A picture of a white man. It's just this whole scenario is fucked up to me. Like this whole scenario is fucked up. It's fucked up, man. It is fucked up. I got pictures of my pops holding me as a baby. Fuck you talking about, man? Cut the crap, Gene or Gain or whatever the hell your name is, fat boy. Why don't you go on a diet? Shut the hell up, bro. you know. You come on YouTube or not even YouTube. You start dealing with the secret squirrels, and they just spew out cesspool juice because they don't even be knowing what the fuck they talking about. They just want to rage bait anybody and just have their heart pumping hard and just like, oh, you were Like, bro, have you ever spent a day behind any walls anywhere other than jacking off in your bedroom? Like, have you, like, let's be real, on some real reality type of time. Have you ever spent a day in reality? Or is everything that come out of your mouth just meant for one purpose? Just because let me tell you something. If you spend this much time spewing hate rhetoric anywhere, that becomes your permanent character. And that is psychology. Since you want to act like a smart guy, y'all spew this hate rhetoric so much that you ain't gonna convince me that this shit has became a part of your permanent character. Because I know it's not just me, bro. You are willing to say this bullshit to anybody that you feel like you don't like, or that is on your list for a target, or whatever the case is, man. So you have spewed this bullshit for so long that now you couldn't stop even if you wanted to. You or your little homies, your little PC homies. It's a part of your permanent character now. This is all you know. That's why it don't get me mad. It just makes me want to tell you about yourself. You and your little homies, your homeboy. This is a part of your permanent character. You can't sit up here and you can't stop talking this bullshit. You can't do it. You know you the real PC. That shit don't bug me that you a pocket holder. You even know what a pocket holder is? Don't nobody who ever been locked up. Man, you talking about some shit from the 70s. Like, let's be real. Like, bro, you're a weirdo. You speaking on shit that someone else told you. An old white dude or something. A pocket holder. Like, bro, what are you talking about? A, like a pocket holder? From what era? The 1950s? Ain't nobody hold niggas' pockets in a penitentiary in 2000, any year of 2000. You know what I'm saying? But you just saying shit because I get it, bro. It's a permanent part of your character, man. So, like, if we're gonna have a psychology class, let's go ahead and have it right here, right now, man. Like, we don't have to sit up here and trade fucking cesspool talk. We don't need to do that. Let's talk psychology. So, chat, let me ask you a question. If somebody spends all their time spewing hate over and over, like regurgitated hate, unauthentic, ungenuine hate, every sentence, every thought, every response, every reaction is always the same, and then you got a group of fucking fuck faces that do the same exact thing with you. Doesn't that become a permanent part of your character, to where now at this point in time you wouldn't be able to stop even if you wanted to? I feel like you not allowed to. I feel like you ain't allowed to. And now look at him. So he's mad now. So you're a rage baiter. You're a professional rage baiter, right? That's all this is gonna this really all it's about is just, hey guys, let's make him as mad as we possibly can, because as long as he's paying attention to us, we can make him upset because we're professionals. What do? We make people mad. You ever thought about maybe you make yourself mad? You know what I'm saying? Maybe you actually sit here and piss yourself off because you spend so much time trying to piss another grown up off. Really, what I believe is you're a child trapped in a man's body, man. You and all your homies, y'all are children trapped in a reprobate mindset. You know what I'm saying? And you don't even think your own thoughts. You're highly insecure. All you know is hate because that's all you've ever been ordered to do is just be a hater. Now, the only reason you speaking about SNY is because you heard it on another YouTuber's channel. You have no idea what a SNY really is, or the type of individuals that you would find in an SNY situation. You've never been in them type of situations. You just heard someone else on a YouTube program talk about it. So now, because we talking about some shit to do with the streets, here we go with this SNY pocket holders. Bro, you're all over the place, man. Now here comes the PDF file. It's just like, bro, you just are coming up with whatever you can think of. You're stuck in a reprobate mindset, and you know you are. You and all your homies. This is what y'all do. But the problem with what you do is you've done it for so long that this is who you are permanently. You're going to die a shriveled up, bitter ass old man acting like a old bitch. That's who you are, bro. And I'm sorry that that was the life that you chose. Because I'm on the camera like a real celebrity, and you in the peanut gallery on repeat, on shuffle. You probably ain't got no fucking teeth in your mouth. And even if you do, there ain't no way that that bad baited breath passing through your motherfucking gums, your teeth are on the verge of falling out. You and your homies. Now go have an orgy in your cesspool and leave me the fuck alone. You reprobate, you reject, you fucking lame, you fucking lame. I know you ain't gonna stop, cause cats like you ain't got no brakes to stop. Your brakes went out a long time ago. You and your homies. Your homies. Like prostitutes, y'all are lot lizards. Y'all hop from live to live, just like lot lizards. You're a lot lizard. You think because you got a job and you're making money that a rich man gives you for your whatever the fuck you want to call it, you think that makes you better, huh? That's the type of mind that you have. Your mindset is set. It is set, bro. I feel, hey, listen, man. I feel sorry for you, bro. I really, really feel like I can't even express the deep amount of sorrow. The sorrow that I have for you dudes is profound because I know that you only doing this because you were taught to hate on the lowest level of hate, the lowest vibration that you can muster. You were never allowed, even as a child, to be anything other than who you are, bro. You just was never allowed. And I get it, man. Once you sold your soul, this this is what they expected from you, to be a garbage can, right? A cum dumpster. I get it, bro, but I feel bad because a reprobate mindset is like, after you've lived in that cycle for so long, hopping from live to live like a prostitute, bro. It's just like, bro, you can't get out of that cycle no more. You're stuck in it, homie. The kingdom of heaven is not waiting for you. And you know that. I hate to say it. I hate to say it, man. Now go eat some nails, homie. And if nails are too strong, then just go eat some tacks. Go eat some nails or some tacks, right? But you got to take a break, man. You're already overweight as it is because you stuff your face. Look at me, homie. I'm handsome. I'm so handsome that your girl would hold me for ransom if you had one. Mac Truck, what it do? Hey, man, I went and checked your page out, man. You getting a lot of success. You getting what you need to do. is when you hit 50, start doing them lives. That's what you need to do. Be live on scene. And then fuck the views. But the views are good because I know your watch time is doing what it's supposed to do, but you need to go ahead and install that YouTube studio so you can keep track of your analytics, bro. Not saying you probably already have, but I'm just telling you again. Go download YouTube Studio so you can keep track of all your analytics. It will tell you all your updates, all your time, everything you need to know about moving to the next phase. And then once you go into creator mode, as you can see, you got little tools that the common spectator doesn't have access to because they're like these guys, just too busy being stuck in a reprobated mindset, right? Where would I be without my haters? Man, I'll talk to you later. Yeah, I have. I got some pretty good views on a few videos. Looking forward to going live. Oh man, the I can already tell. The thing about it is, it's a lot going on. People like looking at big trucks with flashing lights and yellow tape and dirt and concrete saws and that kind of shit is fun, man. That kind of shit is that's gonna catch people's eyes, man. That's gonna keep their attention for that little 15 seconds, that little 30 seconds, man. The shit I'm talking about, it's hard, man. I'm doing my shit the hard way, man. But you know what? As long as we all doing something right, that's what counts the most, man. Motherfucker doing something. And Yapatron comes in right on cue. How you doing today, sweetheart? You might not want to be in here. There is a very vicious war going on right now, and it might hurt your eyes. I'm just letting you know ahead of time. This is hardly the place. This is hardly the place. It's a whole war going on right now. Like we fighting hard up in here. People getting their head chopped off and all kind of shit. People getting blown up, grenades getting tossed all over the place. Just be careful. Just be careful. Find you a safe little spot in the trench and stay hunkered down. Okay? Don't worry about the explosions. That's just me over here fighting hard, dealing with the enemy. Boom, boom, boom. We got somebody down. Get him. Save him. Snake. Snake. Oh yeah, yeah, man. You can stay if you want, but like I really don't think you're gonna like the live right now. I was uh talking about something that was meaningful to me, but like I get sidetracked still real easy, man, because I like to troll the trolls, man. I ain't gonna lie, and that's the sad truth, bro. There, I said it, man. I like to troll the trolls. That's what I like doing. That's what I enjoy doing. All right, I'm gonna talk to you later, man. When I can calm down, just come back. We only 100 minutes in, man. We got all night. It's only 5 o'clock. Your girl. Now you have a girl. Doyer, however you say your name. Cut it out. Everybody knows if you got a girl talking the way you talk, she has got to be a man. The only kind of person that would want to be with you is another man like you. That's it. Don't no woman. Like, bro, if your girl seen you saying this shit to me, you know what's gonna happen in reality? She gonna wanna come fuck with me. Cause she's gonna wanna know what's all the commotion about. Who is this guy that they're talking about? I wanna go talk to him. So you better hope she don't see none of this shit. You better hope. And that's reality as fuck. Since you sitting up here acting like your wife don't wanna, okay. That's probably because your wife is a man like you. Your girl gonna want to know what's all the commotion about if she sees this hate spewing out of your mouth. She's gonna want to know, who is he talking to? And then if she sees the picture of me, I'm gonna hit her like this. She gonna leave you. She gonna say, "Oh my God, is that sugar free?" And I'm gonna say, "Nah, baby, I ain't sugar free." But guess what though? I look just like him. Cause I guarantee your girl know who's sugar free. You may not know who he is, but your girl know who he is. Now I don't need no job lamppost. You just keep being a lamppost and leave me alone. Okay? You just keep on being a lamppost. You got the right name, lamppost. You go post up somewhere and light up when it's dark, like you're supposed to, right? And hope no tweaker comes along and steals all your copper. Nah, don't feel bad for me, man. Don't feel bad for me at all. Fuck you mean you feel bad for me? You have intelligence unlike me. What kind of intelligence you got? You know about the Israelis? What kind of intelligence you got? Huh? What kind of agent are you? I don't know, man. I don't know why somebody, maybe they was baiting me into admitting to some type of gang related activity. I have no idea why someone would comment Crip. But you know what? They can comment whatever they want. That's why I haven't disabled the comments. Maybe that's why. What does that mean? What does what mean, Marlon? Maybe they were saying I was handicapped, possibly. I don't know. I don't know what they mean, Marlon. I don't know what they mean, bro. I don't know what they mean by that. You would have to go into the comment sections and put in on the reply slot and ask them, "Hey man, what do you mean by this comment?" And then type that same word and see what they say. But you know, you know what they say, right? This is what they say. They say, "A closed mouth don't get fed, and a lazy hustler don't get bread." Pimpin', I can't read minds. I don't know what's in your head. A vision without a plan is just a hallucination. That's what they say, man. Oh man, you know what my problem is? I got it bad. I got it bad. Hey, Lamppost, thank you for the volunteered information that nobody asked for. Don't worry, bro. I do the same shit. I be volunteering shit that don't nobody even want to hear. We're the same in that aspect, bro. I'll be a kid. I want to be young forever. I want to be forever young. Because you're in a race to become an old man doesn't mean that's the same fate I want. You don't do nothing. Ice on the grill or the fryer, that cleans it. Talk to a real griller. Ice on the grill cleans the grill. Now he's a man of Jesus. I can dig it. I can dig it. Okay, well, then don't put ice on the fryer then. Everything I say is for entertainment purposes only. Please take it with a grain of salt. Take what applies and dump the rest. Music fan, it is about time. I need you to go to work like Jason, Freddie, and Mike Myers. I got cancer in the chat and it needs to be cut out. Cut at will. Fire at will. Fire at will. Bye, guys, because you're about to get booted since you're so polluted. You're about to get booted since you're so polluted. And I don't care, it will not be disputed. But I was having fun, though. Man, I was having fun. Jay Biggs, how did you block? How did you? Oh, you know what? I did say I would make Jay Biggs a what you call it, didn't I? I said that. I dang sure said that, didn't I? Let me see. I think I gotta. There we go. Jay Biggs is activated. I guess you was already able to block people, but now you get a badge to go with it. Now you got the power and the badge. Don't fuck this up, J Biggs. I'm paying you good money. I have faith in you though, sir. I've had my eye on you for quite some time. Let me see. What does this feature do? Oh, the green screen. Check that out. I don't want the green screen. No, that's some whack shit. What does this do? What does that do? Some more bullshit. What's up, buddy? What you crying for, man? What you crying for? Understand me. I did. We were actually eating. All right. Yep. Looks about right. When you hire security, when you hire security, that's what happens. Abdul says, "Big fan, sir. Respect you. I'm upper middle class, young man working hard every day on the right path, trying to get rich and be a self made millionaire. Can you advise me?" Well, sounds like you don't need no advice. You're pretty much you're pretty much on the path you need to be on, bro. And I'm not a millionaire, so I'm hardly a mentor. Hardly a mentor. I actually seen you ask that question a while back, but I was doing something that required me to not be able to respond at the moment. But I will ask the $1 million question though. How's your life going? How's your day going? Hopefully everything's good. Of course, I hope the next 1,000 years of success for you, sir. Can you really get rich if you try your best? I never miss a day of working hard daily and manifest it. Best version of myself in every, I don't know what that word is, but yeah, I think that's you're doing everything you can. The only thing that I haven't seen you say is you're going to create a business no matter how big or how small. Go get your EIN number. Go get your LLC or DBA or your corporation or your incorporated, whatever you want. Go start you a business, sir. And then go get you a Dun and Bradstreet account. And then go to the bank and get your business credit. And then get a loan. And then go buy your commodity. And then sell it. Then pay your taxes. And then you will be a millionaire. And if you don't already have all that stuff, that's what you do. If you have any of that, disregard. Well, oh, you want to become a famous YouTuber, huh? A celebrity, huh? Well, go ahead so I can subscribe to you. I would love to see somebody become successful that started out as a nobody and visited my channel that surpasses me thousands of times over because, you know, where I'm at is fair for a square, but for a real YouTuber, I ain't made it nowhere. Well, there you go. It sounds to me like you're already a YouTuber. Me personally, I don't like to call myself a YouTuber. I rather call myself a content creator. It sounds more professional. So, obviously, you are looking in all the wrong places for inspiration and motivation because you may not realize that you have already got it figured out. You just need to be reminded, sir, you have already got it figured out. Jimmy Ireland says my philosophy is once you can keep your head above water, you ain't doing too bad. Yeah, I can agree with that. Most definitely. Most definitely. But philosophy is no longer taught in schools anymore because they say philosophy just ain't getting people the education they need because some people's philosophies don't make sense. And honestly, once you keep your head above water, you ain't doing too bad. That's not really a philosophy. That's more like a that's more like a mindset. But hell, what do I know? You know, totally normal. How you doing? Sounds like me. Sounds like me. Live intentional. And if they hating on you, live out of spite. Cause if you ain't doing that, then what you really living for, you know? I was always told to live unapologetically because we're living in a world nowadays where you can really ruffle some people's feathers. It can really happen if you work hard. It can really happen if you work hard. $100,000 on your first car. Oh man. And me, only thing I wish is I had more time. I wish I didn't have all this back pain. I wish I had a better brain. Yeah, life is definitely short, man. Life is definitely short. Totally Normal also says that either way, I'm going to keep living until God Himself takes me down because I promised my brother who died that I would never commit suicide. Oh my God. Yeah, that came out of nowhere. I hope you don't or have never thought about you know, any type of tendencies like that because you know, that S word is under any circumstances should never be considered, man. I've been in some pretty sketchy situations, man, where the average bear would have wanted to go ahead and do it, but you know what? Ain't no damn way. But you got the right mindset, man, and I appreciate the subscribe, man. But you definitely have the right mindset. And honestly, I wish more people would come into my circumference and say the things that you saying, man. You know, it would be so much more refreshing. Sayabonga, what's going on, man? Oh man, not too much, you know. Sunday evening festivities, man. You know, we just lounging. Yeah, there's definitely a lot going on in the political space right now. I would honestly advise people to unglue their eyes from the television because this shit that's going on right now will melt your brain and corrupt. It'll corrupt your core. You know it. There's nothing good under the sun right now. So with that being said, focus on your own business, your own endeavors, and think clever, man. You know, and you don't necessarily got to go far. You just got to keep moving forward. It shouldn't matter what you believe, what race you are, what ethnicity you are. Everyone should have an equal opportunity, not this fake equality that companies and people claim to have. Well, you know, some people say shit out of pure formality. You know, it's just like a policy statement. But everybody knows that nobody really follows the policy, they just follow protocol. The protocol is to wear a mask. And that's been the protocol, especially here on American soil. Follow the protocol, wear a mask. And the mask is the proof that there is no equality, the same way that there is no privacy, the same way that opportunities are lopsided, the same way that jobs are considered a privilege. They say that to make it in this land of opportunity is a privilege, right? That's ICE's whole thing right now is the fact that it's a privilege to be in America. And if you're here undocumented, we're gonna send you back where you came from, where there is no opportunity. Because if there was, you wouldn't be here trying to seek opportunity. Because you don't see a bunch of Americans running to these foreign countries looking for opportunities. You know what you see these Americans doing? You see these Americans struggling to get rich so they can move to a foreign land and live in luxury, where the price of the dollar is so much more smaller that it would stretch a lot more farther than it does in Ameriflation, the land of inflation. It's a privilege to have a job, be in America, have the ability to say what you want. Yeah, freedom of speech, it's just a formality to say that you have the freedom of speech. The system is designed to keep you poor. Most definitely. Jimmy Ireland says everybody wants it. Now they want to be rich in a week and become so occupied with making it, they forget to live. And by the time they make it, most are one foot in the grave and cash is double edged. Yes, you know, 50 Cent said it best. He said the man that has a full refrigerator in a one-bedroom apartment is probably richer than the billionaire, because the thing about the guy in the one bedroom, he's actually happy. And the millionaire is too busy and too stressed out to be happy. He can never rest. When you have a lot of money, you live a very expanded lifestyle. You only have a small amount of time to actually chill. Even if you got a bunch of people in place to run all your stuff for you, you're still in a mindset of you can't relax, you can't slow down, you can't sit down. You got a yacht out in the middle of the water, but you find yourself doing business on your leisure time. When you're poor, you don't have to worry about shit like that. But that's not every wealthy person, you know what I'm saying? But if you ask any retired person, most of them would say, I still desire to work. Most retired people still desire to work. Totally Normal comes right back with, I used to have a buddy who was a millionaire, but he, in his own words, said he wishes he wasn't because it is too limiting. Not only that, you got to watch everybody. Marlon says, my girl says she's been with a lot of guys. Is that bad? Only if you care, Marlon. Only if you care. Jimmy says, exactly. The rich eat good, but the poor sleep better. I agree. But I think that's case by case. I think some rich people have pretty good sleep. You got to think they got access to the good pills. She really knows what she's doing, and I'm cool with it. Well, that's all that matters, Marlon. That is all that matters. As long as you cool with it, then it shouldn't matter what she says. At least she's being honest, right? I'm gonna tell you what matters though is if you take her ass out in public and she runs into an old lover and she's too friendly with him, that could be problematic. When women have been with a lot of guys, the probability to running into one of them is a whole lot higher. Totally Normal says, not just that, the poor almost always overpower the poor. The Revolutionary War, David and Goliath, and more stories. Some actual history prove it. You got that right. It's called the crab in a barrel mentality. They don't overpower each other, they underpower each other. They pull each other back down. I don't think I've ever done it, but I am a rare case. And my life and those that surround me are proof of that. I'm not interested in pulling anybody down. Sometimes I help people rise and I hate it. Not that I hate them, I just hate the fact that people rise and I don't. And I know that I'm held back. And that upsets me because I often wonder, why do I get held back by people with the power and the ability to help me propel forward when others that I started before end up propelling past me in the same arena, and there's nothing I can do because I was taught to trust the process, but the process ends up being the very thing that holds me back. Totally Normal says, trust me, man, you should rise, but don't go too high. Marlon says, what does gold digger mean? Why do my older brothers call her that when they get angry? Man, I have no ideas why your brothers would be talking about your girlfriend. That's weird. Jimmy says, it's dividend. Oh, you mean it's divided. You spell dividend, but I get what you're saying. The billionaires and the poor, and they divide the masses by using racism to keep them fighting and always at the bottom. I'm going to tell you, Jimmy, focus on the solution, not the problem. As a matter of fact, live in accordance to the solution. So that way, anybody that comes into contact with you will be able to see a solution and won't have to keep recirculating and regurgitating what the problem is, because the problem will always be the problem, and the problem is a problem because it doesn't help anybody. That's why it's the problem. But when you're the solution, you're also the light, you're also the inspiration, you're also the roadmap, you're also the way, you're also the example that people want to see. The yin and the yang, 50-50. The food or the good and the bad. Yeah, I caught that. It's not hard to live life with a balance, man. It's getting difficult more than it's ever been to find a balance, because one thing about the world we living in right now is we are living in a turning point type of situation, number 1. But number 2, the gatekeepers of the world are constantly moving the goalpost. And as long as the goalpost keeps moving, you're going to have to get used to rebalancing yourself. You can't have one balance in today's matrix. It is impossible to have one set balance, because you got people a lot more powerful and a lot more richer with a lot more, stuff than you have, and they're constantly moving the goalpost. With that being said, the balance is difficult to achieve because every time you get comfortable in a balance, you have to change it. But don't worry, it seems impossible, but I assure you that it's not. You get good at life, you're a winner. You stay bad at life, you remain a loser. Nobody wants to be a loser. Learn balance. Don't let these people target you. Because if you get targeted, you won't be able to establish a balance either way it goes. And a lot of people don't have balance, anyways. They're just subjected to the abuse of the wealth class. And believe me, the wealth class has endless abuse for anybody who comes in their path. If you talk too much, if you shine too much, if you work too much. And I'm going to tell you another thing, too, right? You know, there's an old saying that says, if you work hard, if you stay focused, then you can do other people's work for them, too. So don't work too hard. That's the balance of the working class. If you work hard, you can do everybody's job. But you don't want to do that. So never show your left hand what your right hand is doing. I've had wealth. All it does is attract jealousy and envy. Yeah, well, you ain't gonna convince me to stay broke. I'd rather deal with the jealousy and the envy than stay broke. For real. Because I've had a couple $1,000s before, and all it did was make a guy with a couple tens of thousands come and take my lady away from me. So it don't take wealth. It don't take wealth. You can attract jealousy with just a couple $1,000s. It just depends on who you around. Because if you're around 9 rich men, you will become the 10th. But if you hang around 9 bums, you will become the 10th. I would rather apologize for slavery every time, buy you something made from cotton, or have to deny 9/11 every time it's mentioned. I don't know if that was like an attempt at trying to sound noble or if that was just like a low key diss. Really don't know. But whatever it was, I hear you, good buddy. 10-4, over and out. Yeah, money comes and goes. You know why money comes and goes? For the same reason they call it currency. It flows in your hands and out your hands just like water. That was a question. Which would you rather? Sam says, get a job, broski. I say, I got a job. It's dodging people like you. Blackout says, Sam is a dumbass, bro. Mac Truck says, Marlon, that's not something you ask people. You know what, man? Like I said, man, we are in a turning point in life right now. We are in a turning point. This time we're in right now is going to determine how good or bad the future is going to be. And by the looks of it, the future is going to be hellfire. That's what it's looking like, man. I hate to break the news, but there are a lot of protesting people outside right now in the cold tonight, throwing rocks, burning shit, holding signs, yelling, screaming, posturing against the police. And we're back in another turning point. But this time it's different because there are wars brewing all around us. There are little fires kicking up all around us. Where are you at, Normal? Where is your place of residence? Oh man, you're in Minneapolis. You are in the dead center. Jesus Christ. My best advice to you, if in fact you can, get out. For some reason, all the bullshit continues to center itself around Minnesota. I don't know why. Or maybe I got it backwards. Minnesota's the state, Minneapolis is the city, right? So, no, I had it right. The political left is taking over the country. They know nothing but violence. Is that what you think? You think it's the political left, huh? I'm going to be honest. That's what Mystic said. Williams says totally normal. I'm more tired of the government acting with impunity. Mystic comes back with, I feel like they're just gonna burn this world down. Normal says, yes, the political left. Is it the Russians? It is not the Russians. It just wants violence. William says both parties act with impunity. William is correct in his analysis. Mystic comes back with partly because they deem good as bad. And the cool hero says W speed. Marlon says, could you get a studio like other YouTubers? I don't know who Marlon's speaking to. There are no leftists in the United States. All of them are Russian spies. I don't think Russia is the problem, Nat. I really don't think it's Russia. I think you might have your fools mixed up. I got 25,000 saved up to move to Missouri. You like a cool studio. You know what, Marlon? I could have a lot of things. I really could. I could absolutely have a lot of things. It just depends on what I am granted with. As of right now, I'm not expecting anything out of life at this moment. Give me a second. You want to come in the room over here with me? Or you want to stay right here? You want to come in here? You can come in here if you want. You want to come chill out in here? Come on, come chill out. No, you got to come over here though. I'm not about to pet you or none of that. You can come hang out or you can get to stepping like Martin said. With your choice. What you want to do? You want to get to stepping or you want to come hang out, man? Look like you want to get to stepping. So, World War III before GTA 6. Mark my words. Man, you got it backwards, Nat. Life is GTA 6 right now, bro. We are living in GTA 6 as we speak. There is so much stuff happening. I remember when the fake missile alert happened where I live, and it was scary. Normal says America will probably collapse this year. No, America won't collapse because believe it or not, this is all controlled chaos, man. You should look up controlled chaos, man. Don't ever think that these people ain't got control over what's happening. Don't believe the hype. Do not, under any circumstances, believe the hype. This is controlled. Even if America collapses, it will be a controlled collapse. Mark my words. I didn't time you out, sir. I'm not even going to judge your antics, even based on your name, Church of Satan. I accept all denominations. I don't play those type of games. The cult did. The cult you did. Okay, not sure what that means. There you go, Danny. He came and chilled. That's. I'm gonna keep the door open in case you hear bad weeds in the garden. You can alert me. All right. We gonna keep the door open. Yo, bro, can you do a backflip? Silent Truth says lower your taxes and cost of living. Deport your locals. Silent Truth says Mexican or Indian. So, depending on what the next few comments are going to be, I am going to have to step in myself and get rid of some bad weeds that are currently festering in the garden. Jimmy says, I don't watch the news anymore. It's bad for one's energy. What's happening around the world always happened, only technology brings in one a nanosecond. Okay. Yeah, man. There's definitely a lot going on, man, but just know you're living in a highly controlled environment, whether you know that or not. Whether you know that or not, everything is controlled. That's one thing about these people in the wealth class. They are never out of control. And I do mean ever. Us, the people on the ground, the little people, think that everything is in a disarray, which it is. But what if, let's just say, what if in the twilight zone of life, this disarray is a part of the plan, maybe even God's plan? Strong possibility, something to consider. Nothing is by mistake unless you trip over your own feet. That was by mistake. Okay? If you trip over your own feet, that's probably the only thing that was by mistake. Other than that, everything else around you is controlled. Your power is controlled. Your automobile is controlled. Your water is controlled. Your heat is controlled, right? The temperature of your water is controlled, right? Your mind is controlled. My mind is controlled. Whether you want to believe that or not, it really is, though. Primo says he lives in the backwoods, or he says he lives back in the woods. You know, me personally, I'm good on the woods. I rather live in the desert on a high vantage point. Just my preference. Just my preference. The desert. There is nothing wrong with the desert. It is subconscious programming. My friend, you are cooking with grease right now. But you know what? At the same time, nothing really matters, man. If you really think about it, life is not permanent, it is very temporary. At the end of the day, nothing really matters, man. Get you some rest, wipe the dirt off your shoulders, and take all this shit with a grain of salt. Because if you don't, it's gonna weigh heavy on your mind. And if something weighs heavy on your mind long enough, it will result in you having a heavy heart. And you don't want a heavy heart. You want to remain lighthearted if you ain't already. You want to become and remain a lighthearted individual. Me, there's a lot of things that weigh heavy on my brain. And it definitely affects my heart space. But at the same time, it's like you don't have to be stuck in a reprobate mindset, and you don't have to take everything so serious because life is temporary. And if everybody could just stick to that, life is temporary, then you would understand that none of this shit matters, man. You don't need a bunch of money. You like if you get a hold of it this lifetime, great news. If you're from a good family, if you have a good mind and you figure out a way to make yourself successful, great news. But just know you're only gonna you're only gonna be able to spend so much time with your success before it's time to go. Robert Rockefeller has had 7 hearts in his chest because he is trying to ride it out as long as he possibly can. Jimmy says, as the song goes, don't worry, be happy, we're all just passing through. Marlon says, my mom says Disney is dangerous. Is that true? You know, it's weird, Marlon, because you say all these things, but then you'll turn right around in 10 minutes and say you're going to go light a joint. So it's just hard. I be trying to figure you out, bro, but I really don't know about Marlon, man. You cool. I'm not saying you ain't. Just saying, man, I listen to what you say and I'm like, man, is this guy a little kid or is he grown? It's really hard to say. Especially seeing that the other day he was chilling at the damn airport and you wanted to meet me at the bar. So, you go in and out, man. I think I know what it is, man. Marlon, do you take any pills, bro? I think I know what it is, man. I don't think you take any pills, but I just figured I would ask. I'm talking Tylenol, ibuprofens, anything. Because sometimes you talk like you were under the age of 15, and then other times you talk like you're over the age of 18. So it's really hard to understand exactly how you think. And that, you know what? That's a superpower, bro. Believe it or not, man. Hey, you want to keep people through off. That is a superpower, man. You're definitely OG Cry, or no, OG Crypto says a penguin walks into a bar and asks the bartender if he has seen his brother. The bartender says, "What does he look like?" And we're waiting for an answer. Crypto, I have no idea how the penguin looks. Do I go to church? I do not, in fact, go to church, games. I hold church in my heart. Do I want you to leave? No, I don't want you to leave, man. You're a part of the scenery, man. Marlon, you are a fixture in my chat. Hang around. Don't go anywhere. Never mind what I'm saying. I'm just a little bit tired, that's all. Good on you, me too. Crypto said you must be the bartender. Oh, okay. Good one. I wasn't expecting that, man. You got me. You definitely got me. You know, back when I was a youngin', many years back, um, you know, I had a counselor ask me a question about a bus driver. And when I was answering it, he asked a lot of kids the same question, right? And I can assure you this, I knew I was special way back when. I was the only one who did some critical thinking and replied with the right answer. Um, I really don't know how to pronounce that, so we gonna call you Dragon. I am in the great state of Michigan, man. But I am not from the great state of Michigan, man. I am far more west bound than Michigan, but this is where I'm at today. I'm in Michigan. I am in the Metro Detroit hub. Some people call it the dead center. And LOL Cool J comes in on cue. What's going on, Cool J? Man, good to see you, man. Sometimes I feel like a bartender. And I just seen a guy walk through the door and said, "Damn, there goes LOL, man." Yeah, he's one of the regulars, man. Ain't seen you in a few weeks, but glad you stopped in, man. What are you drinking tonight, sir? Sienna Lexi says, "Hi, I'm gay." You know you could read that backwards too, right? Gay, I'm high. Water, please. One water coming up. LOL likes water, no ice. Room temperature, please. Better on his gut, he says. I've never been a Bears fan, but I used to like the Bear. I don't know. I was never I was never sure about the orange with the navy blue or the midnight blue. Navy blue basically. Marlon says, "I got a new car, Mr. T." Oh man, must be nice. For your birthday? Shit, that's what I need is a new damn car, man. I could get in gear if I had one of those. What kind of car you get, Marlon? You get a classic? I don't know, man. I kind of feel like you about to say a Ford Fusion or some kind of. But you get a Ford Fusion, man. You don't strike me as a Tesla kind of guy. Oh, a G wagon. Okay. Shit. You strike me as a G wagoner now. Now is that an actual Mercedes truck or is that like a radio flyer G wagon? And you didn't get gifted. Right. You gonna have to find a way to post a picture of that thing, man. Well, my mom got a new one and I got hers. Ain't nothing wrong with that. A G Wagon is a G Wagon is a G Wagon is a G Wagon. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you was a New York boy, hey man, your partners would be proud of you. They'd be like, oh, we finna ride tonight. We going down to Jersey in that motherfucker. I am a stud. Yes. Rafi, I am a stud. Little Vamsky. Hey man, you know what, Little Vamsky? I've been waiting for you, man. I seen you lurking in someone else's live the other night, bro. And now I know for a fact that you are a certified troll. You go from live to live like a lot lizard, bro. You need to stop them shenanigans, man. It's making you look bad. People are noticing your name. Your name is ringing bells and not in a good way. But don't listen to me, man. I'm just saying. Don't listen to me, man. Yeah, he get around like a little lot lizard, man, jumping from live to live, man, trolling people, man, and motherfuckers are seeing it. Damn show seeing it. Now, if you a reptilian, do your thing. But if you ain't, man, I'ma call you a lot lizard. I keep seeing you, man. I'ma start calling you a lot lizard, man. I know you don't want that. Yeah. He be hopping from live to live, man. And anytime you see him, you're gonna see the rest of the crew. That's how I know he's a troll. But I don't care. Do what you want to do, man. Especially if you're getting paid to do it. Marlon says, I've been smoking since I was 14. Hey man, as long as you smoking that Hawaiian original, all natural, I guess it don't matter. See? You see, hey Vamsky, do you see where we going with this? I say that you hopping from live to live like a lot lizard. And what is the chat doing? The chat is revealing the same truth. They seen you in multiple different surveillance photos doing some bullshit to somebody. You already have the rep. It's too late. They saying you a troll that gets around. You might need to go get a STD check. You've been slutting around in multiple lives. And Little Vamsky is just it's your link name, but it's not your main name. Your main name is Lil Vampire. And you like to post money. I mean, excuse me, lean. You like to drink lean, bro? You like to drink that lean, huh? You like to drink that purple stuff, huh? Hey, don't worry, bro. You've been exposed, but you're safe. Your secret is safe with us, bro. Your secret is safe with us. You gonna get YouTube HIV. You keep slutting around these lives like you've been doing. You and your little, you and your little, you and your little crew out here catching YouTube STDs. Your name is ringing the wrong bells. I do drink beer, sir. I absolutely drink beer. Hey man, see your problem is you try to come in on some big dog shit and come to find out you just a little dog. You might as well go to the next log, brother. I'm just saying, you might as well. We already know what your plan is here, bro. We know what your plan is here. Your plan is always the same, it never changes. We've seen you in other people's channels doing the same booty shaking and faking. Okay? Go get you some Metro gel and cut the crap. Do I like non filtered beer? You know what? I really don't know the difference. I really don't know the difference, man. You wanna come on? Where you at, buddy? Come on. Come hang out, man. See, Louis gonna come hang out. Louis gonna come hang out. Don't start scratching that box, man. Don't you do it. Don't scratch the box. There you go. Good job, little guy. Come here. I am not Mr. LA. How could I be Mr. LA when I am not from LA? I am not Louisiana LA and I'm not Los Angeles LA. Although I have many ties to Los Angeles. No, I never told you I was from Los Angeles, man. Never told you nothing. Nothing like that, man. And anybody who knows me knows that I am not from Los Angeles. I've lived in LA, but not from LA. I know a lot of cats from LA, over 200, maybe even 300, but no, not me. Yep, I think everybody in my family's been through Los Angeles. I mean, when you're from California, that's a city you gonna end up in at some point or the other. It's one of the biggest cities in California. Jacob, tread lightly. There's landmines everywhere. I would hate for you to lose a leg trying to be funny. Anyway, Dragon says non filtered beer is a whole different universe of beer. You must try it once. Hey, you know what? Dragon, have you ever tried Sierra Nevada? Aline says, I feel like us girls were made to please men and serve them because we are nothing without them. We are men's bed's pets. Man, what a crazy life you live, Aline. What a crazy life you live. But if you like it, I love it. Steven says, hi there, people. Just joined the stream. I work long and hard with 8.5 inches. If anyone's interested for a green card, much love from North London. What is going on in London? Those guys are horny. Why is London so horny, man? I'm starting to think that it's hard to get a girl in London. Dragon says, I am not from the States, so I never heard of that thing. I'm from Eastern Europe. Deuce Fantastic says, add me on Discord for the T server. Going up, buddy. Going up today. Oh, man, this guy has too many tricks, man. Mr. Bedbug himself. Mr. Bedbug himself. The guy, there's a lot of Indians in London, bro. There's a lot of Indians in London. I have to repeat the statement, Spartan. You should tread lightly. There are landmines everywhere, and up, you just got hit by a landmine. What's wrong with that, man? Somebody got to give it to him. Might as well be you. That's and another thing, Steven, that's what they want over here in North America as well. The only difference is they want the coke, the handbags, and the money. And if you don't give it to them, they'll set you up and backdoor you for it. So the best thing to do over here, play like you broke. Play like you a broke bloke and give her ass some coke. Just make sure it ain't got no fetty in it because you would hate to have to catch a case over something you didn't know. And Jimmy, meanwhile, is laughing all the tears out of his face. Give him the 5 F's. Marlon says, I see you're up to almost 600. You know what, Marlon? It's been a struggle, brother. It has been a struggle. It has been a struggle. Hey, you know what? I got to give it to Doy. Doy's got a lot of supporters, man. He's got like a lot of, I don't even know the word that I'm looking for, man. He uh he lives through others. He must be important to people. How unfortunate to see him go. It bees like that sometimes. It bees like that sometimes. Let me keep the door open for you, bud. I'll keep the door open for you, all right? Okay, so, people, it is time to change the color. We're going to go with this. We gotta build up electricity current. Hold on. We gotta build it up. Sometimes. Maybe Wanted to change the color, but you know what? This is crazy. Here we go. So we're gonna go with that one. You know what? Sometimes I do things for myself that make me feel special. Right now, I'm not worried about subscribers. I'm not worried about nothing, right? What I'm worried about is talking to my people. That's it. Just talking to my people, man. You can't expect for someone to subscribe to your bullshit all the time. Sometimes you gotta expect your people to not subscribe. But you see, I took the braids out, right? I'm back to my Hawaiian silky. Marlon, what you know about the Hawaiian silky, bro? You know anything about the Hawaiian silky, man? And by the way, that's not Dieter, that's Deidre. That's how you pronounce that. Deidre. But in this case, it's Deidre, as in Deidre, but Deidre. Masvidal. Look, bro. Yeah, absolutely. So, Jimmy, are you in actual Ireland or is you in like London area? I'm about to drill into a coconut. Meanwhile, I'm about to have a big scoop of coconut oil. Okay. You know what? I got Irish in my blood, man. I got Irish in my blood, mate. Southern Ireland. Where's the bad part of Ireland at, man? I'm feeling like the bad part of Ireland is closest to the mainland, huh? So Northern Ireland is where the bad part is, huh? It's got to be. It's always closest to the mainland that's bad. That's why Detroit is so bad because it's right by Canada. But Detroit really ain't bad though, man. That's just what they want you to think. I am of a mind that what makes most of these places bad is the amount of alcohol they sell in the city. Add me on Discord. The tea server. What is the tea server? Why does he keep saying that? He says he's the second archangel, so all I could assume is he's a warlock. You know, it's a lot of guys out here. Some of them are posing as warlocks. Some of them actually are. Yeah, I was checking out Discord. Mother or father's side? My mother's side. My grandmother, I believe my grandmother was full blooded Irish, but she may have been slightly mixed. Oh man, it's already 6:30. We're 185 minutes in. Yeah, you know what? It is literally not peaceful here in America right now. It's all kind of people running around. I don't blame them, but I'm just like, man, what is going on? You know, everybody's wilding out. And tomorrow's Mangala Monday. Hey man, I am really stressed out, bro. Oh man, here we go. What you stressed out about? I'm kind of scared to even ask, man. You bet on the Eagles. Well, I almost forgot. It's Sunday night football. We are advanced Jewish large language models. We can come back, Party Monster. I've seen him before, and it was a lot of money. Well, did you bet with your heart or did you bet with your mind? That's the $1 million question. That's the whole month of tips question. Did you bet with your heart or did you bet with your? Because if you bet with your mind, you're good. If you bet with your heart, you're probably not good. There's two type of bettors out there: people that bet with their heart and people that bet with their mind. And the rest of the bettors, they don't really count because they just bet just because they got some money. So if you bet with your mind, I think you're gonna be all right, man. But you know, even mind bettors lose sometimes. So just remember that. Seven large men is back. I wonder what seven large men could mean. I could only imagine. Bando wants to know, do I even know hard work? No, I've never met hard work before, but was I supposed to know him? I never knew anybody with that name. I figured that's where you was gonna go. Seven large men sounds like a ritual, but never mind what I'm saying. I could tell. Lazy generation. Well, thank you for the useless and unvolunteered information. Or should I say, thank you for the useless and unrequested information. I didn't request any of that. But since you threw it out there anyways, thank you. When you make 23 an hour, you could talk. Absolutely, man. You're you're getting the big bucks, ain't you? Just a whole 23 an hour. Absolutely. You go, boy. The big 23. I bet you feel like Michael Jordan, huh? Every time you cash a check, you feeling like Michael Jordan. You look like you could be a good field hand, boy. Oh, so this is where we're going. Okay. And you own a field at $23 an hour? Is that what you're saying? You was able to buy you some cotton fields with 23 bucks an hour, huh? Okay. Absolutely, man. No doubt about it. I think you're cool, or you think you're cool just because your generation had it easy. You're not. What generation had it easy, man? I don't think any generation had it easy, man. I don't know about that statement because I'm trying to figure out what generation had it easy. Right. I didn't want to say it, man. He came in here throwing around $23 an hour like he must have just started making that. That was that was just his way of saying he just got a raise, man. Don't worry about him. He'll be all right. Some people have to floss. Some people stay quiet. Never put your financial information out there anywhere because if one of his coworkers are watching this live, now they know how much money he makes. And if they're making less, they're going to be upset. They were built, bro. A lot of these cats are built. They were built using AI technology. That's why they be glitching so much. That's why you can see their fabric fusing itself together when they make sharp movements. But you know what I say? We don't care. But I say it in my European voice. We don't care. We simply don't care. Garbage Rat says, "Hello, good sir. Would you be so kind to give me 10% of all your money? If the answer is no, I understand. Respectfully, Garbage Rat." You know what? People already been taking 10%. Daniel says, "Do you wear 100% cotton zip hoodies with a hood?" Yeah, sometimes I'll put on a zip hoodie. I really prefer, the non zips, but either or, as long as I have a hoodie. A lot of these people are lost in the sauce, man. And what really gets me is they have no idea. That has always been the craziest phenomenon I've ever came to realize is that a lot of folks is lost in the sauce and don't even know it, man. Like crazy work, bro. Like how do you not know that you lost in the sauce? The flow will bring you down. Doom. Doo doo doom 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 doom. Doo doo doom 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 doom. Yeah, man. Some people, like that one dude earlier, are just blinded by money. You know what? They're not blinded by money, bro. Cats like him are blinded by no money. That's why they're too busy trying to act like they got it. Cause I assure you this, ain't nobody stepping in my life with no real butter, right? Cause if they were, they wouldn't be people with real butter. They don't be on YouTube. And even if they do, they're working the channel that's got a lot of subscribers, a lot of support, a lot of influence, and get big checks. And even then, they ain't got a lot of butter. They just getting butter. Nah, Marlon didn't give me a damn thing. Marlon ain't got 5K to give. You believe that shit, you'll believe anything. Boy, Marlon ain't got no 5 racks. And even if he do, he better keep it. Cause his girl gonna need that. His girl gonna get that. Sometimes you get lucky with bread and butter. Indeed you do, totally normal. Indeed you do. Hey, dump truck, I don't need Marlon's money, man. See, people got me fucked up because the shit that people say. But I can't control what people say because, a lot of shit falls out of people's mouths, including my own. But as of right now, ain't no stranger on this platform ever gave me nothing but some shit. And gave me nothing but a hard time. And you know what? I'm cool with that. I am cool with that. I don't know nothing about you, Marlon. I really don't, bro. But if you do, great news, man, because you better off than a lot of folks if you do. But I'm not trying to be in your business or your life. And another thing I need you to stop doing is volunteering information that should be kept personal. Just keep your business personal. And then nobody will ever be able to make comments about what you got or what you don't got, what you did, what you didn't do. Keep your financial matters private. Even if I don't, even if you see me doing something, sometimes there's an old saying that goes like this. And this not applying to you or nothing, but maybe your father told you this. Maybe even your grandpappy. Do as I say, not as I do. Cause I ain't never gonna tell you nothing wrong, man. Never gonna tell you nothing wrong, man. No, these ain't dreads, man. This the Johnny Slickback right here. This the Hawaiian Silky right here. This the Forget About It right here. This the Where's My Harley right here. This the Mr. Steal Your Girlfriend right here. This the Can't Nobody Do It Better right here. This the Real Buttery right here. That's what that is. these 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 guys, man. Somebody call somebody call Paulie the Pill. We gotta take care of some headaches over here. Where's Paulie the Pill? I got a fucking headache I need you to take care of, Paulie. Well, I appreciate it. Underrated and overhated. Ain't that the truth? Underrated and overhated and always tracked. Ain't that the truth? I might be tracked, but I ain't never outmacked. Games, I don't know nothing about the Jews, man. And that's some news you could lose. I don't know nothing about the Jews. That's some news you could lose. Turn the air all the way down. Again with the heat. How about that? Underrated and overhated. Ain't that the truth? And always tracked but never overmacked. Never outmacked, excuse me. I left. Why would I leave from my own channel, man? I just stepped away for a hot second. Yeah, Patrana's back. How you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you. We are still going strong. 200 minutes long. We really just over here tending to our business. Google continues to chatterbox and say, and me, Marlon, I don't think he's ever read one of my comments out. There you go, Google. I read your comment out loud. The Chinese Jew. How about that? I'm so tired of you being mean to me and calling me out, and I'm so nice to you. You know what, Marlon? I didn't say anything. What happened was Mac Truck said that you gave me some money. And I said, Mac, what are you talking about? This man didn't give me nothing. You are mistaken in your wordage. And then he said he forgot whether he gave it to me or not. And I said, negative, sir. Nobody on this platform has ever given me anything outside of anyone that I already know. If I know you, then cool. But if I don't know you, then just know you haven't given me nothing. No, it's good, Mac. I'm just trying to get Marlon on the same level as me right now. Mac started it. I mean, if that's what you want to call it, man, it really wasn't nothing started, man. we try our best not to do drama over ye. You know what I'm saying? We try our best not to do drama. We really ain't on no drama. And if there's any drama, I will delete all parties involved and move forward by myself. Because that's the best way to handle business. Fire everybody. Fambo says, I'm back like a crack addict. And Game says, you ain't Trump. And Marlon says he's watching me on his TV and it's cool. Well, shout out to Marlon for putting me up on the big screen. At Marlon's house, that means I'm doing big things. One of these days, I'll be able to wear big rings. You gotta watch out for them boys because they be out there doing big stings. My family likes watching you. No doubt about it. That's what's gonna happen on YouTube. The whole family might just decide to watch. And if you want to be a YouTuber, you better be ready for that kind of pressure because you never know who's watching. Ain't that the truth? Who's watching me tonight, ladies and gentlemen? I send my love out to you all across the world because if I don't, someone else will. We have an outside TV next to the pool at the bar. Okay, sounds exciting, man. That guy is watching. And Vexner says he is apparently. I know that kind of language. Apparently, he's a smart guy. Party Monster wants to ask me a derogatory, completely out of pocket question. This is not the time. See, the thing is, right? Party Monster, there's a time and a place for everything, brother. This ain't the time, and it damn sure ain't the place. With all these people watching me, man, I don't need you to hand me a grenade with no pin in it. The setups are real. Tick, 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 tick. Boom. But it's alright. It better be alright. The name of the game is never fold under pressure. No matter who's watching. Cause just like yo folks is watching, them people are watching. And just like those people are watching, them other people are watching. And since everybody's watching, I gotta be on my best behavior. Sounds good to me, man. That's what I want. Let me be the household name in your life, baby. Can I be the household name in your life, baby? I promise I won't cuss in front of the kids. But if one slips out, it was probably an act of God. Hey, you know what? On some real type of time, though, man. I think I'm suffering from spinal cord disintegration. Not the cord, but the actual vertebrae. I think I got some disintegration going on, man. I don't know what's wrong, but it really, really bugs me, man. I got this little discomfort that's radiating all the way into my abdomen. And it only happens when I sit in a certain spot in a certain way for too long. And for whatever reason, Fuji says stay safe, Unc. Not sure why. I always felt that was suspect to tell someone to stay safe. It's almost like they're telling you to go get hurt. But don't worry, man. I don't take it derogatory. I just feel like sometimes there's a derogatory undertone to telling someone to stay safe. When I still tell people to be safe, I ain't got nothing derogatory behind it, but at some point in the near past, I was like, man, telling people to stay safe is all it is. It's almost like telling someone, hey, man, go get hurt. And the prayer hands, those are really just clapping hands. Ye might just be standard discomfort, but if it persists or start hurting proper, then get a checkup. You know what? I need a checkup. I absolutely need a checkup. But you know what, man? There are some people in some high places that they don't want me to get adequate care on any front. And so because of that, it's extremely hard for me to make any moves right now. It is extremely difficult to make any moves. And that is a fact that I am going to have to accept. Yeah, you know what? There ain't no comfortable chairs around me at this time. Just a whole bunch of uncomfortable situations. And when I say uncomfortable, that's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. But rest assured, I know exactly what I need. I know what I need. It's such a shame that America's healthcare system is like that. Oh, sir, you have no idea about the American healthcare system. I mean, you do, I can tell you do, but there is a very, very, very dark side to it that nobody talks about. Nobody talks about. Very dark side. Some people walk in the hospital completely healthy and they don't walk back out. So keep that in mind. The next time you head down to your local doctor's office, he might just decide to hit you with some malpractice. Or she. Yeah, I got some serious discomfort going on, man. But hey, you know what? It's 2 minutes until 7, man. So hey, I just want to say we made it, bro. We made it this far, man. I am fatiguing. I am tensing up. So I just wanted to put that out there, man. I'm actually doing good spiritually, right? My spirit is intact and in great health. But my body, on the other hand, not so much. Got a lot of issues on the horizon, man, but I get through them. But I want for you guys to understand that I'm gonna be all right, at least tonight. I even got an ulcer forming in my stomach. You know, I'm a beat down soldier, but I still get up every day. And I still walk my walk and talk my talk, man. And if you a soldier, then you should do the same. Take it easy, folks.